Okay, so today I just wanted to go over a video about volume, but then I thought it'd be kind of cool to throw the custom indicator on, which, what did that just ask me? I don't even know. Let me show you guys where this is in chat first. So you're in the chat, you go down to custom, it's right under free access chat, or screenshot gains loading from losses. It's right here. You go to the very top, and it should be this one. I even linked the video under it and all that stuff to how to use it and what it all means and stuff. So there's that. That's how to access it. So I was going to go over volume, but I really wanted to go over this because I think it'd be helpful because Netflix was a very good example. So when you don't have this indicator on, the system that I always teach people is you want to mark, your pre-market high, your low. You want to mark yesterday's high, which is pretty much the same line as that one. Yesterday's low. You can even do the open and close of the day before, as well as the open of today. And then, of course, any other, lines you see fit as the day progresses. Then you throw on this indicator. And look, they are matching my lines. Pretty damn close. And I actually only marked this because it was, alright, so it has the ONH, which I don't really remember what all these mean again, but I just know that they're very good and they stand for, the low of the day before, the high of the day before, or the pre-market low, the pre-market high, and then sometimes it'll throw a fifth line in between. And then it's on you to set lines as the day progresses. None of these lines will move, and make you the best lines ever. But just going over these levels that they gave you, let's just go over volume. So you probably were thinking in the morning, since we don't trade the first 10 minutes, we aren't even going to look at these two. So screw those first two. Don't even look at these two. So right here, looking pretty bearish. You even got rising seller volume. But you have this wick come down and hit that support. So you're really looking to see what the next few candles do. You have rising buyer volume. It brings you up to here. The reaction candle that I taught you about in the video before. Then you have rising buyer volume again. Then you have a slight reaction candle. It's not always going to pass it up. But since this pushed you above, it's okay that this wasn't rising volume because this is on top of a support. So you're going to have a little gas fallout. Then you have your reset candle. Then you have rising volume again. 2 more times. Actually, yeah. So let's go from there. There to there. So that's you passing the support. The custom indicator already had your support there. Even if I cleared all these lines off, you'd have that. So you have all those lines there. Then you have some slow little movement here. That's okay. That shit happens. See, this is why you combine volume with the levels, because why would you exit this? The candle never went back down. Let's say you entered on one of these two, right? You got in kind of early. You waited for the retest. You could have got in here, You could have got in on one of these retests as rising volume occurred. So your entry could have been even later, giving you less time burn. So let's look for the actual explosion and what could have indicated that. So you have rising volume there. All right, so now that you have all this information, you are looking to break where it stopped. Where did it stop? Let's just mark that top of that wick, okay? So now you are looking for rising volume to show you continuation of buyers above this. So now you're looking for rising volume as a candle passes this. So let's go to where it passes. Bam. So you have buyers taking it here. Whoops, let's delete that. Rising volume. So let's go to that. Which these look small. You're like, well, that's not a lot. 526 to 529.50. That's pretty good. $3.50. Now you're like, okay, it's on a really big stock. It's Netflix. Yeah, but that can make you money. Then you have your reset candle. You have a seller reaction candle. So that's okay. This is all normal behavior. You're still above your line. You didn't have a fat candle overtake all this. And to be honest, this seller volume never even passed up this one, so you're good. Rising volume. Rising volume. Reset candle. That happens. You had a big push higher than this one, so that's actually still bullish, actually. This would have been your reset candle. Then you had very good bullish continuation confirmation here. And look at that. Price just steadily rise. Now, yes, that's a perfect example, but that's what I'm trying to give you guys so you can see what to look for when you do see a perfect example. Because it's just rising volume all over. Like right here. Bam, bam. And you also want to look at the size too. So like over here when I was saying that it was cool that this didn't pass this up, it was cool to see that because this didn't overtake the volume of this. So clearly buyers still have control. Then it mattered if this was going to be blue or red or not. So it's always good to just check that out, see the size. And you can go back test this on 100 different things you want. But let's go check out a random one with the custom indicator on. Alright, so this is all the information you get just from that. So this was a support. This was low of pre-market. It caught support on the pre-market. So what you'd look for here, since you're not playing this, you still want to see rising volume from this candle to this candle, which you didn't. But to be fair, since these first two don't matter, that's 100% okay, as long as this was higher than this and this candle didn't pass the height of this one. Because you want this one to remain in control. So that's this candle, by the way, just in case I didn't line that up right. Reaction sell-off, that's okay. Reaction sell-off, that's okay. You're still above the levels of the pre-market high, close of the day ago, and the low of a day ago. So you still have all these supports. So right here, it's very strong. So now you're looking for this bounce back and how to catch it, right? So let's go to the bounce. So you had rising volume here. That's a good sign. It passed the level of this up. That's a good bullish continuation. Just like in my Iron Hand video. If you haven't seen that yet, by the way, go check out my Iron Hands video. Very helpful. Passed that level up. Then you have your seller reaction. Totally okay. It never came back down. Never gave you reason to exit. I'm just kind of throwing a mental trade in our head so we can all like apply this. So let's check out how this rose from here to here. So you had about the same volume. It was good that this passed up this, because if you do get 1 or 2 or even 3 seller reaction candles, which is normal, that's what causes your flags, your rectangles, your squeezes, your triangles for continuations. It's okay to get 1 or 2 as long as the next buyer candle is a little more than one of them, because you want to still have a good presence of buyers just to show the sellers like, yo, we're still here. You had the same amount here, then it started rising to here, big explosion. Now you're looking for the next break on this for continuation, and then the next on the continuation, and then the next on continuation, and then the next on continuation. It's waves, and you're watching this to catch the waves and make sure you're still on the right side of it. So you kind of had that. But that when it starts dying like this in the middle of the day, that's normal. It's lunchtime. It's historically known that investors and traders all go to lunch and stop trading. So you had a break in volume, push up, sell reaction, chilled. Break in volume, pushed up, sell reaction. Now it's chilling. Now it's going to have another break in volume. Might actually see it right here live. If it doesn't reject here and stay rejected here, you're looking for, let me do the oval. In one of these two spots, if this was to break up, you're waiting for that rise in volume with buyers. With the sell, if it was to break after doing it a bunch of times, because you could see how many times it hit. After it broke out of that wave, it kind of found new support here. After it broke that wave, it kind of found new support here. It just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, and you're using these waves with volume to truly confirm. But I kind of just wanted to do a small video to go over volume, but it was cool that I got to bring up the custom indicator. We can do one more, actually. What's a good one? What's a weird one everyone likes? Let's do snap. Snap do anything? No, let's do square. Okay, square's not that bad. Actually, no, I want to do a bigger price stock. Let's do, how's Apple doing today? Okay, let's go over this just because it's BS. Look how many of your lines this price is in between. For what good reason are you trading this for, right? Let's clear my lines. I just took over the 2 purple lines. All I did was mark high and low. Why the hell would you be trading this right now? You have no true confirmation. You had rising seller volume as this level is broken. I mean, that's something, I guess, but you didn't have a candle come up and retest and fail. You know, you never had anyone take control. Look, no extra sellers. Buyers kind of took it back up, and now it's just dead. It's just dead. I mean, Apple clearly just had a out of gas kind of day, and those are going to happen, especially on Fridays and Mondays. Those are going to happen. But this is a really good example. You know, you don't trade the first 10 minutes, so you wouldn't even have been in these 2 candles with the wicks. Even though this is screaming at you not to enter calls. This rejection could have been played, but you would have had to have been a god to see that. This was the only playable play I see on this chart, was from here to here. And that would have been very aggressive, so it's okay that you didn't play it. Let's see if any other plays. Holy shiza. Let's clear the drawing chart on this. Okay, so just from the lines that we get, let's see how we could have played this. Remember, we don't trade the first 10 minutes. So screw those first two candles. Even though that is showing really good buyers, it is still good. Don't just forget about them. It is still good to note what's happening here, because then you can try and catch a behavior. But now you're looking to see a support get caught on the top of that candle that happened, okay? Because that pushed up. So you see all this candles here? That's all a bunch of BS action you don't want to be a part of. Look at that. Why would you want to trade that? So let's see. Let's start from here, and it ends here. So you didn't have price divergence. You just had super dead volume after a bunch of buyers came in. But then you had a pop as support was caught right here. So even to just right here, from what is this, 25.95 to 26.28, that's still a good 30 something cents, 33 cents. Reaction, rising, rising. So you have continuation all the way up to here. Then you had some lunch volume die out. Then you kind of had a pop here, more towards into lunch actually. This was still early. But again, doing that wave, you know, it never gave you confirmation it was going back down. Look where the price stops every time. I know my lines aren't perfectly straight, but look where it stops every time. It never, you know, even with the wick, if you see a wick go under like a huge wick like this, there's a huge chance buyers are about to take that through the roof, and then bam, rising. Your last confirmation is your high of the day ago without having other intraday lines on here. So it's good that you went back and turned this custom indicator on for that. But it is always good to add your own lines, because now you're looking for this break. For here, you're looking for this break. So to play puts, that would have to fall through there and give you rising seller volume, kind of like this. See how it had that tiny drop? That's okay. That's normal. Which right there, it's normal, but I'm saying for if you want a bigger play and you kept getting riser volume, that would have been a really strong play to be in. But that's why the trend is your friend. There's no reason to be playing puts on this today. You broke all the bullish things you wanted to break. The pre-market high, the close of a day ago, the low of the day ago. You're above pre-market low. You're above all these. The only thing above you is the high of the day ago, which is a perfectly good target to aim for since it had that death drop. All it is filling that U. But yeah, I hope this video helped you guys. You don't have to drop me a comment. Drop me some info on what videos you guys would want next maybe in the premium access chat. But I'm going to go edit this and post it up for you guys. See you guys in chat.